Hobbit star Peter Hambleton has shed his dwarf robes to direct the explosively comedic thriller Equivocation, opening in Wellington tomorrow.
And Peter joins us now from Wellington with one of the stars of the play, former Gogol Tai Berdinner-Blades. So welcome to the show, guys. Nice to see you both.
Lovely to see you both. From Hobbiton back to Wellington's Circa Theater. What a jump.
Yes, it's a huge jump. But in fact, we were talking about it on the way out here this morning. In fact, when you think about it, Hobbiton is just up the road and round the corner, really, isn't it?
That's true.
Middle-earth, working on the Hobbit for the last 3 years has been amazing and continues to be, but I'm really happy to be back at Circa Theater in Wellington, my old stomping ground, and working on a great show. Equivocation
sounds, Peter, like a touch of Game of Thrones and House of Cards, which I just absolutely adore. So it's kind of a political thriller. Is that where this play goes?
Look, it's got everything, this show, and the reference to both Game of Thrones and House of Cards is absolutely spot on. In fact, the writer of this play, Bill Kane, this wonderful American guy, he's actually written an episode of House of Cards, which is kind of rocking the whole American TV scene at the moment. And Game of Thrones, we've got actually even more action and shock horror than Game of Thrones, basically, in this play. We've got sword fights, we've got witches, we've got Shakespeare, we've got Guy Fawkes, we've got Tai Berdinner-Blades.
What more could you want?
Playing Shakespeare's daughter.
You said it, girl.
She does a beautiful job of it. It's a madcap show. It's got something for everyone.
Just tell us, though, in a nutshell, what the premise of the play is about. To get people
do you want to take that, Tai? Set us up for that.
So it's Shakespeare being asked by Robert Cecil, the Prime Minister of England at the time, to write a play about the true history of the Powder Plot. And as time progresses, he gets more and more entrenched in what is true and what is fabrication, and ends up with a pretty explosive story.
He sort of, the closer he gets to the truth, the more difficult and complicated it gets. So it's a what-if scenario based on a lot of historical fact, and it's about the politics of the time, but it's also the politics becomes personal. So the deeper he goes into the story, the more it affects him, Shakespeare, and his close family, and but it's also a hell of a lot of fun. It's very, very funny, and it jumps about. You get to see bits of other Shakespeare plays, and we recreate the world of Shakespeare with fabulous costumes from the time, but also it's in modern dialogue.
Right, well,
so it is very kind of Game of Thrones.
And the whole sword fighting and flouncy costumes must just add to the whole spectacular or spectacle of the play.
And it's 450 years since his birth, isn't it?
That's right.
Isn't that amazing? And I'm still fascinated after, you know, spending my life with Shakespeare about how he still comes to life for people 450 years later. And this particular play explores his plays and his life in a really entertaining way.
Speaking of 450 years ago, once upon a time, there was a show called Sea Urchins, wasn't there? And
oh, God, we're not going back there, are we?
2 of the 4 people sitting here right now were in it. And it wasn't me, and it wasn't Tai.
Yeah, no. Peter and I appeared on a groundbreaking drama back in 1980.
Yeah, we're looking at
an epic drama.
Epic drama. Thank you, Peter. And we were 3 young mighty boys. That's me there on the left.
Putting it out.
With the big hair. And we ran around playing on boats. And the highlight for me, Peter, I know you're a fantastic actor, so you embraced the role and you were brilliant. For me, it was 3 months off school. That's what I was excited about.
That was Rebecca Gibney in the back of shot too.
Rebecca Gibney, how cool is that? And in the Marlborough Sounds, hooning around on boats.
Oh, man.
What could be more fun?
I'm just wondering who's aged the best. Thinking it's you, Pete.
Oh, now you see, you're being very sweet now.
Dangerous, because I'm sitting next to him.
Guy.
Thank you, Peter.
You've done a deal with someone, haven't you?
Is that what it is?
I'll let you know the name of my surgeon, Peter. Lovely chatting, Peter. Thank you, Tai. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Take care.
All the very best. I hope it goes really, really well.
See you guys.
And if you're in Wellington, get along to see it. Equivocation opens at Circa Theater tomorrow night, runs until June 21. Head to our website for all the details.
Well, coming up, our fantasy-filled Friday continues with stars behind TV2's Supernatural and one of the most popular console games of all time. That's right after this.